My dad was in prison. He committed a crime on August the 14th, 1996, which is my birthday, and it was the crime of first-degree murder, and went to prison, and we spent 15 years trying to get him out of being incarcerated. My dad took us to church, never seen him smoke, never seen him drink, good man, and just some things happened in his life that, with his marriage, that sent him to prison. And when my dad first committed the crime, and I first saw him, the very first thing that I did was I walked up to a cell door where my dad was incarcerated. Now, just keep in mind, literally less than an hour prior to me first seeing him, he had just committed the crime. Less than an hour before that. So I walk up to the cell door, and I can look in through a little window so big, you know, and he's kind of squatted down on the floor, leaned up against the wall. And he looks up and he sees me through the window, and first thing he does is smile. I can see it just like it was yesterday. And he looks at me and smiles, and I walk in, and he starts just squalling, you know, he's just really crying. And I said, you know, what have you done? I distinctly remember my dad looking at me, and the first thing he said was, I'll never see heaven now. And that was, that's kind of a harsh thing to think about. Because at the end of the day, when it in this world don't makes no difference. You know, there was a time I thought it did, but you know, if you can't see heaven, what's the point? You know, 18, 19 years old, I realized that you could play music in a bar, and you could pick up chicks and drink a lot. And so I left the church and went out into the world and played all kinds of country, rock, bars, clubs. When you walk into a Walmart and you look and see your CD on the shelf as a solo artist, and it's kind of supposed to be a fulfilling thing, supposed to be really happy about that. I spent 12 years in the band Confederate Railroad. Great people, great opportunities, traveled all over the country, all over the world. I was Lynn Anderson's bass player. If anybody who knows who Lynn Anderson is, I beg your pardon, I never promised you a rose garden. Then I offered a part in a movie with Michael Madsen. I've done 4 movies now. 2 of them have been on the shelf in every Walmart, every Best Buy, every truck stop in America, and I just, for the last couple years of my life, it's just not been really fulfilling. Something's missing, you know. And you just can't ever seem to get over the hump in your career. And man, having had a background in church and having had faith, I just kind of put everything back in to prayer. And then on April the 19th last year, I get a phone call from the prison where my dad's incarcerated in Tennessee State Prison that he had passed away. And that was hard to swallow. You know, we've done a lot of good with my dad being in prison. He's you know, on the mouth of a lot of kids out there through Big Brothers Big Sisters. You know, they know about his story and my story, and we're trying to do positive things, writing songs about it. And he's gonna die in prison. That's just kind of wasn't the way I expected God to answer my prayer, you know. And I was a little bit mad more than anything. I couldn't cry, I couldn't be upset. And this was on Friday, April the 19th. And on Saturday morning, April the 20th, just as sure as I'm sitting here, God put his hand on my shoulder and said, I got him out of prison, what else do you want? The chaplain told me after his passing, you know, we talked, he said, your dad would come see me a lot, and he would talk to me about, you know, can I be forgiven for what I've done? I don't know that I can, you know, how can I be? And I think that he can be, and I think he was. So my moral to my story in my life is I believe that God will take you, and then he'll break you, and then he'll remake you. And I have been remade.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No longer